southern Africa, Zimbabwe is home to some of the world's most magnificent elephants. These are the Great Tuskers. But this unique Tusker gene pool is diminishing each year, dwindling forever to poaching and unethical trophy hunting.
They have the right to live just as we do, you know.
Big Tuskers are becoming increasingly rare these days.
And that's why we've got to take it seriously.
Now, for the first time ever, in an attempt to hold on to these great animals, the Zimbabwe National Parks Authority is allowing a dedicated team to attempt to collar and monitor 3 great tuskers from 3 different Zimbabwean national parks. Each elephant must have distinct and different characteristics, unique to the habitats in which they evolved.
You've got an animal with a specific talent.
Wow, I've never been this close.
Should these great tuskers wander outside the national park boundaries, trophy hunting of these 3 animals will be strictly forbidden. This is a quest to save an outstanding gene pool in an attempt to let it thrive for generations to come. Join this team of motivated people appealing for ethical thinking to preserve an international treasure.
This is pretty intense.
Our mission? Let the great Tusker gene pool thrive.
And the message that we want to share with everyone is that these great Tuskers, they need us. They need help, and they need it now.
An introduction to our dedicated team on the ground.
That's amazing.
Meet Craig Van Zyl, armed with an animal science degree and over 20 years of professional guiding skills.
That they're not just any old wild animal. They're the most special wild animal.
Also known as the Elephant Whisperer, Craig's contagious passion for elephant conservation is second to none. My name is Kate Hockley. I'm an Australian and I came to love the Great Tuskers purely by chance.
About 3 years ago, Kate came and did a show with us called the Big 5 Challenge, and a number of contestants were selected. And I was fortunate enough to partner with Kate. What was great for me was to see someone that had a genuine or similar passion for animals, in particular elephants.
And one of the things that drew me to Craig was that he treats each elephant like an individual. So instead of saying, I love elephants, Craig showed me that each elephant is so special and so unique in its own way, and they each deserve to be protected.
I think her living there, she wanted to find out if there was something she could do.
Back home in Oz, I vowed to come up with funding to help save these great Tuskers. 2 years later, I'm now back with the goods.
It's really great to see someone coming in from outside and having such a passion for these animals.
Dr. Chap Masterson is one of the most capable and respected wildlife vets in Africa. He'll go to any lengths to ensure the utmost care for these elephants.
Fantastic work, Chap.
Together, we're about to set out on a pretty lofty mission. Preserve the great Tusker gene pool at all costs for generations to come.
The issue that really stood out for me was the unethical trophy hunting, where certain animals are perhaps driven out of parks or neighbouring concessions take claim to these animals that national parks has taken many years to grow.
There's an increasing tendency of hunters on the boundaries of national parks to be there for today, to extract what they can right now. And that disregard for sustainability has resulted in many instances of corner cutting, animals being hunted at night, animals being lured across boundaries, animals being hunted in national parks. All of these type of things are unethical and unsustainable practices that greatly compound the increased poaching and the background mortality rate within protected areas as well as on the periphery of tusk size, you know. You must not be allowed to shoot an elephant over 70 pounds. I don't think that it's the answer. Hunters are saying, well, it's the chance of shooting a big bull that attracts the clientele to Zimbabwe. So why should it be for photographics only and not for hunting? And the point is, because these guys are not doing their side of the deal, they're not giving back to the communities, they're not providing those elephants the space in those hunting areas to actually be elephants and breed and contribute to a gene pool. And that's the issue. The fundamental thing to do is make sure that your hunting operator is of the correct quality and has the correct attitude that will allow all those other good things to come on, who will understand that not every 100-pound bull needs to die. They will give that animal the space to exist and coexist within the broader context of the hunting and conservation operation. So we've got a long way to get back to where we need to be, and possibly too short a time to get there.
In this episode, our team starts the search for a suitable tusker to collar in the Hwange National Park of Zimbabwe. This park hosts some of the biggest bodied elephants in Africa. There's never a dull moment as remarkable sideshows unfold on our journey. Some of our elephant encounters leave me speechless. But do we have what it takes to locate and collar the right Great Tusker?
Our country, Zimbabwe, which has a lot of areas set aside for wildlife. And when it was established, and what they did was they chose very different areas, very different terrain and habitats. And one of the things that we've noticed is that each of these habitats and terrains has its own kind of elephant. Their tusks are different, their bodies are different.
Darting mature bulls in Hwange is a lot easier than a Matusadona, not least because they're much bigger.
The Wankie bulls are the biggest and the strongest, with shorter, thicker ivory.
Making them a much larger target to hit.
Perhaps where it's a much bigger area, they're less used to people. We find them a bit more timid of people. Obviously, a lot of the interaction that people have with elephants is negative because they carry a price on their heads with those tusks. So we find quite different natured animals. And it's very interesting to perhaps compare, or that's what we try to do, is to compare the differences in the national parks.
And so the quest begins in Wankie, home to the big-bodied elephants with their unique, shorter, thicker ivory, specifically adapted to the Kalahari sands on which they live. Stretching over 14,500 square kilometres, Hwange National Park hosts over 100 mammal species, including one of the highest populations of African elephants on the planet. A chain of man-made waterholes is what keeps these animals largely, but not exclusively, within the protection of the park. Craig and I are out scouting for a suitable big tusker, and it's not long before a giant makes his way towards a waterhole.
So what we've done is we've found a big tusker and we know where he's going. He's coming to drink here, so we've raced around and we're waiting for him to come to the water. And he's one of the last big ellies that walks this earth.
There we go, we can just see him coming over now.
And we want to show you how important they are and how fantastic they are and relaxed and what gentlemen and just how big they are and how wonderful they look alive.
He really is just cruising in. He's taking his time.
He's a giant. He's the old bull. He knows he doesn't need to rush.
Look at all these younger ones that are coming in quite quickly.
And he's coming closer. But look at him come. That monstrous head. And look how different this guy is to a girl. It's extraordinarily different.
But is he still a reproductive male, even at his age?
The bigger the better. Look at him sucking. That water just stops the flow. That's probably about 10 litres in one gulp. Wow. Now look at us underneath him almost. He's watching us. He's going to be calm.
Hello.
And that ivory's thick all the way to the end.
I just think it's amazing that humans have put such a value on something like this, you know?
Ivory's beautiful stuff, but it looks best on an elephant, doesn't it?
Oh, for sure. The size of his head, just the girth, it's incredible. He would have seen so much in all his years. So this would definitely be a specimen that a hunter would want to shoot?
Pay tens of thousands of dollars to kill him. And why? Look at him. He's a gentle giant. Yeah, we sit 20 feet from him.
I love how they actually put the trunk right over top of the pipe.
Use the pressure. And you see how tolerant he is of other elephants. He knows who he is.
Very self-assured. Well, this definitely beats like a Broadway musical or going to the cinema.
And what's interesting, even though he's drinking with these females, he's a loner. He lives on his own. One of the things I want to do is to capture the reflection of the elephants in her eye. because they really do get inside you. Let's see if we can do this. Look a little bit toward me. Yeah, there's a sky behind.
What a beautiful memento.
It is. Come, let's go. It's quite hard to convey the emotion and just how special it feels to find an old elephant like that. And then to sit close to him, and he didn't mind us, we loved him. And it's something I want my kids to do and my kids' kids to do. And that's why we've got to take it seriously.
But there's a problem. At roughly 50 years old, this magnificent elephant is too old to collar. The ideal age for our quest is about 35 to 40, leaving at least 15 years of sexual activity to spread the genes. On day 2, Craig and I are out searching early, and we make our way towards a very popular waterhole.
What happens is with these pumps, they're really the life source, they're the heartbeat of the park. So a pump like this with the belt off, you know, those hours that it's missed, it's hell of a significant to the elephants. Do you think Mkadzi can start the pump?
Yes.
You think so? She's got power?
You can pump.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so forward wind.
Forward
And then as it gets going, you've got to keep going, and I'm going to give it compression, then it's going to start. Okay, go.
Am I going to be able to?
Yeah, go. Big
Really?
effort. Yeah. That's it. Now keep going. Now wind it, wind it, wind it, wind it. More, more, more. Let's go a lot faster, faster. Come on, come on, come on. More, 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 more. Okay, you ready? Keep going, go.
Ah!
No, keep trying, go on. You got to really wind this thing up like this. And then you got to have passion to save the elephant.
I just love how the only thing keeping the belt on the pump is a stick and a piece of wire. Like, it's so old school, but it does the trick.
And what's so significant about these pumps is the elephants hear the sound. And when they hear these old little diesels pumping away, they come in from all over because they know there's fresh water. Elephants are a very clever animal, and without the pump pumping, they don't come here.
It's just amazing how intelligent they are.
And how important the water is as well.
With the sound of the pump running, it doesn't take long for the elephants to appear from the tree line. We find a suitable place to sit and observe what appears to be elephant rush hour. Then, almost as a spirit, another giant appears, head and shoulders above all the other elephants. This bull automatically commands respect from everyone. But sadly, he is also too old to collar. He doesn't have many years left to spread his genes. What's more, at his age, there is a risk he wouldn't ever get up after being darted.
What it is, as sad it is to see, I mean, here we are trying to save elephants and make them important, and then you see a little fella like this that's more than likely going to die. It can't keep up with the herd as they rush to water, and it's at that age where it's coming off milk and depending more on its own food and that type of thing. And mum has to keep going. Mum can't wait, because if she dies, the baby will definitely die. But as is the instance here, this baby is going to die. So there's no way it's going to make it. A little guy like this dying doesn't affect anything. It's when people selectively kill these great tuskers that have millions of years of genes, and you know, they're the perfect animal for this area. They're the perfect elephant. And you know, you think of him, his grandfather was a big tusker, his great-grandfather was a big tusker. You know, it goes back a long, 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 long way. And when you kill him,
The lineage stops.
it's over. And it's sad, you know? And it's wrong.
So in your time in the bush, Craig, have you seen a dramatic decline in the number of big tuskers?
I tell you this, I've seen elephants I know go, and that's what's hurt me the most. So bulls that we were almost, for me it felt like a friendship. For them, no doubt it was a tolerance. They tolerated me. So,
Like so many of us.
like so many, exactly. So those animals that became tolerant or became icons or we'd look out for, many of them over the years have disappeared. And too many. And you know, I just think they need a break, they need a chance.
It's like losing old friends, I imagine.
There's an old elephant I've known for years in the park called, we call him Somalisa because of the area he lives. And you go back year after year and there he is. What's amazing about him now is that I've seen him grow old. And he's becoming thin and emancipated. And he only has a few years of natural life left. One of my things, I mean, I'd love to be walking in that park one day, tracking animals, and find him died of natural causes, to find his ivory there. Look at these elephants leaving. Look how slow it is, actually.
They look much more satisfied.
Yeah, sad to go almost, because they know maybe it's 24 hours or 36 hours till they drink again.
We wait a further 3 hours, but no suitable bull comes near us. So Craig decides to try another waterhole nearby. We arrive just in time to see a herd coming in for water. But they are not alone. A pride of lions is watching from the periphery. Their scent immediately deter the ever-cautious herd, which head back toward the tree line. These Hwange lions are infamous for killing young elephants, and only the big males will dare to venture where they know lions lie in wait. As the last rays of light illuminate the dust, more prey species are drawn toward the waterhole, and the lions lock onto the possibilities of food.
You see, Kate, in a situation like this, if those buffalo are going down, they can't see up and the lions are starting to sneak in. And if just the lionesses are instigating and these young males are just really watching. But 4 big buffalo like that's a big task.
But how does the lion feel about the elephant being here as well?
Yeah, look, they're in their way, but you watch how that one lioness is sneaking up when she gets cover from the elephants. So when the buffalo's drinking behind the elephants, she's using the elephant as cover. But those are 4 Duggar boys, 4 old male buffalo. And that's, for lions, it's a big job to take down one of those big old animals.
So do you think we might get a kill?
No. Those buffalo are too big. And 4 buffalo together against these 3 or 4 lionesses, it's 4 lionesses, yeah. Okay. There's 2 more buffalo coming.
And they're small.
But one's an adult and one's a sub-adult. But I see how the lions have turned. That's how I realized they were the lions looked before we did.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Now there's a chance here.
It was so tactical though. 1 second she was walking this way and then she's changed.
And you see her sister change? Now they're all looking. See other lions up here? Now they're watching. Now you see the buffalo's become aware. Look how she's stalking up.
Yes.
You see how they've separated the small one from the big one?
Yeah.
Now it's quite likely the big one's going to come and help. You see one's jumped on?
Oh my God.
And that's fallen off now. Now watch again.
What?
Okay, this is a surprise. Look how he's left his friend.
I thought that buffalo was supposed to be like aggressive, dangerous creatures.
You see the one's coming back? It doesn't stand a chance. I mean, pardon the pun, but once it's down, it's over, Cadovers. Unless that buffalo comes back or the elephants disturb the kill. See how the elephant's walking past him, but really not paying any attention. It's just all that excitement's disturbed him from his drink.
But also the big old guys over here, they haven't even moved.
No, they just watched it. And you see how they're turning it over now, some have grabbed it from the rim and one's got its throat, And slowly she's going to suffocate and crush its windpipe. It's quite sad.
I mean, nature's so harsh.
Craig and I continue looking for our perfect tusker and make our way toward yet another waterhole. As we take up our positions, it looks like we are just in time.
This is crazy. It's like rush hour. I mean, they're all very aware of us, but at the same time, they're just so thirsty.
But what it is now, you see, it's a new herd coming in. And now look, it's a bit of a juggle for space. So that group's had to move over. It's been upstaged. And it's amazing, they move before they see their comrades coming in. It's because
So there's communication going on.
And how do they know those other elephants are more seen? It's because they recognize the voice of those other animals, that low frequency voice.
It's incredible.
Dusty. See, that's how elephants get hurt. That really upset everyone. What did you do?
It upset me.
Relax.
I notice that elephant cows are strict disciplinarians. It doesn't take much for them to take control of playful antics or exuberant juvenile behavior. Two herds at the same small waterhole means stress levels are climbing rapidly. It's no surprise that at times like this, elephant aggression is redirected at the crew.
This is pretty intense.
We spend most of the day waiting for the right animal to come along. But yet again, we have no luck, and we are forced to make our way back to camp before sundown. Back at camp, I decide to set up a time-lapse camera at the water pan. I want to get an idea of how many elephants drink at night, and possibly spot a huge tusker. Plenty of elephants, but sadly, no overnight giant. It's no secret that people on safari love the large elephants with big tusks the best. And this makes our collaring and monitoring quest even more timely. Saving the valuable genes will help save the valuable tourist industry.
We'll get on one of these highways where these footprints are moving, and we'll see if we can catch up to an elephant. Just heard an ellie break a big branch. Come.
You cannot joke with me like that stuff. It's amazing to actually be able to hear the cracking. And it's so exciting to actually be in pursuit.
Some elephants like to push down trees. Some don't. But by the sounds we've heard, this guy might be a bit of a tree pusher. Look here, he's broken this one here, and that one there. Be still. Be still. What's this? This elephant's cleverer than you think. The teak trees are not nutritious, but the teak tree's branches reach up into the acacia branches. And what he's doing, he's pushing the teak trees to break the acacia branches above. Now that's clever.
That is very...
They don't like, they won't eat the teak. But look, you see, he's broken an acacia branch down.
But it's amazing how strong teak wood is. And he looks like he's just effortlessly pulling the trees over.
One of the things that people make a big song and dance about is when elephant numbers get high, and then what happens is they start to change their habitat. Now that's true, elephants do, because they're a mega herbivore. Look how many trees get broken down here.
It's like a barren wasteland.
But it's not, it's more productive. Look here. This is a home for insects and lizards and that type of thing. And then you see the grass, even grass gets protected. And when grass gets protected like this, these little areas act like a bank of seeds. So when the rains come, there's seeds that haven't been eaten and destroyed.
I guess like anything though, it's about a balance. I mean, these animals have lived here for generations, and surely nature's...
Because they've lost their habitat to people. That's really what it is. There's not an overpopulation of elephants. There used to be millions of elephants, now there's less than a million.
So they're just getting condensed to smaller areas.
And they try and find safety. Come. It's gone, it's over.
That's what he thinks about us.
He just got wind of us, that's unfortunately what happened. And elephants fear people. Now look up here. Look at the branch he snapped off using this tree.
Oh, yeah.
You see, that's the branch? And this is the branch of an acacia tree. These are thorny trees. And these leaves are very nutritious. These are the leaves that he's after. They're delicious. But you see the teak tree? There's no leaves on it. He hasn't touched a stick on it. But he's eaten up as much as he can of this acacia areoloba, or camel thorn we call it.
Hang on a second. It's just incredible how he's actually literally like
You
ringed
can
it.
feel the moisture of it, you know?
Yeah, it's still got elephant saliva on it.
When you see something amazing like we've just witnessed, an elephant pushing a different species of tree to break a branch of the tree he likes, you know, they're amazing animals. And I haven't seen them do that before, so it's unique to this animal. And what it starts to say to me is that every individual elephant is important. It's not just a herd of impala where they're all the same. You've got an animal with a specific talent. And what happens if he gets taken out of the gene pool? It's gone. Maybe it takes a long time for another elephant to learn that. But with him around, he can pass that information on. Or maybe he's got the right genes that if he has a son, the son will have that ability or that intelligence to do it. And that's why each animal is so important. And killing them is so wrong. Come.
With just a few days left in Hwange, Dr. Chap Masterson joins us. He will be responsible for the darting and collaring of the big bull we hope to find. Chap is vital to the success of this mission.
Do we also have to consider the age of the animal?
Yeah. So we would be aiming for an animal in the region of 35 to 40, thereabouts. Yeah.
If we want to get an animal that's got great genes and in his early days of breeding, so that 35-year-old's about right. That's when bull elephants are going to start coming into their prime. Yeah. So those genes get into the system before they get killed.
The darting of bulls for the express purposes of protecting them from trophy hunters, it's a novel idea. I think that we would have to back it up quite extensively with an awareness campaign to the trophy hunters, making them aware that not only are we able to track the movement of that elephant, but educating them and negotiating with them that they see the purpose of the whole thing, that actually these bulls and their genetics represent the sustainability of their industry, and therefore it's in their best interest to
look after them,
partake proactively and positively with this initiative.
Because of the nature of the collar, we can watch him from the sky, from the satellites, but we can also follow him on the ground.
Being able to actually get objective data on where that animal's going will enable us to formulate plans to protect those animals a lot better.
Yes.
And so we continue our search for our so far elusive big boy, navigating through massive acacia forests and wide open Kalahari plains to waterholes. I can't quite get my head around how massive this national park is. I'm beginning to get increasingly anxious at the possibility of not finding what we're after. But Craig's positive perseverance is contagious and keeps me focused on the mission at hand.
It's not easy to find a particular animal. It's easy to find animals in general. But we've decided to find one of the nice big tuskers, or at least a young bull with a lot of potential. And we've been looking and looking and looking. And we found a few nice elephants, but we haven't found the right elephant. And we've driven about 250 kilometers today inside the park and really haven't been successful. You know, we've only got a couple of days left to succeed. So the pressure is really on us.
Yeah. I was interested today where it had rained quite heavily in the north, that there was no fresh water on the ground.
And there was water.
Yeah, a lot of clean, fresh water around, but no fresh water that was apparent. Don't know which way they went.
Well, we've got a couple of days left, so if it doesn't happen this evening, we get up tomorrow with just as much enthusiasm as we've had today.
Today, someone saw a big elephant with a small tusker. What did they shout? It's like, shh, gag her.
I know. I was thinking I was going to win the bet.
Poor elephant.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Says the man who pretty much almost drove into a herd.
I get super excited. Yeah. They're special, aren't they? And it was, for us, it was so invigorating to see that you share our enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we just think we like little boys doing this. We've never grown up. We live in the bush.
I know you like little boys. But also, if we happen not to find a big bull during our trip.
No, we will. Because we won't stop until we do.
But if we didn't.
No.
It does emphasise that there's a shortage.
No, that there's a change, and yeah. Look at them racing it. Two little ones, much the same size. See the one with a bit of tusk, just over 3 years old. Jeez, it's a sprint to the water.
Then Craig spots something incredible.
Oh my goodness.
Try not to move very much because she'll kill you otherwise. Yes, she's talking, there's rumbles, it's her rumbling. Be calm and be quiet. Baby doesn't know about life. Just been born. Maybe last night. See the blood on it?
Yeah.
Now she's talking. Now she's thinking. Right, let's get going. Everyone, out here, now. Right now.
Thanks.
Come, follow me. Behind the sticks. Down here.
I'm trembling.
Don't worry. They come together. And you see how they form a wall.
That is just so precious to see.
Come. Now look at that little guy. He's just clumsy. He's got big back feet like this. Hobbling along.
You can actually see the blood on him.
Yeah. And the white. It's the new babies you can ever find. It's big commotion because it's a brand new baby. Look at it. Look at that. This baby, if given a chance, will outlive me by a long way. Give it another 55 years, I'd be about 97. Maybe. If I don't get squashed by an elephant before then, I'll live as long. As long as they don't start hunting people for our teeth.
Is she trying to...
Trying to suckle, but it doesn't even know
It
where.
doesn't know where to.
But see how the mom's standing patiently with her leg forward? You see it, trying to invite it in?
Yes.
No, it's trying to reach up, you see that? But it's got an elbow, bugger.
Well, we may not have found our big bull today, but really, this is
We found
spectacular.
a future big bull.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, we're going to call it a night. Let's go. Come on. It's been good. Stay down.
And so another beautiful day in Wankie passes, full of wonderful sightings, but no luck in finding a suitable tusker. Craig and I have split up from Chap to cover more ground. Suddenly, a vulture sighting draws our attention.
Obviously an elephant's died. We're not too sure why. And coming like this, obviously several days after the event, we can only guess. You know, we don't know why it's died. Elephants in these dry times often die of starvation and that type of thing. And the national parks people have been in and removed the ivory. It's a female, we can tell, just because they're smaller than the males, and we know it's an adult, judging by the teeth.
And I'm so curious, there's so many bugs in there. Like, how quickly would they actually do their job? And
the flies come in
waste
very, very
away?
quickly, and then obviously they lay their eggs, and that turns into these little maggots, and they do a lot. And there have been vultures here, you can see from all the dung, and then hyena footprints around.
It really is a circle of life. I mean, you do see it. You've got the big scavengers, then you have all the insects, and then obviously all the bacteria.
Shame.
And what are other elephants are like when they're around dead elephants?
It's amazing. Elephants recognize they're dead. And even an elephant that's been dead for a while, you often see a herd move in and they'll pay attention to the bones, pick up the long bones. It's quite an extraordinary thing to see. And they put their feet, I've seen it, they'll lift a foot like this, one of their big feet, and they'll put their feet over the carcass. They're almost sensing with their feet or something. It's a very unusual thing to see, you know?
And it doesn't have to be an elephant from their herd specifically, any elephant they're curious about.
I don't know. I think they remember their own. And it's sad to see a dead animal like this, but do you know what's nice about this? She's lived to old age, and not every elephant does that. She's had 8 or so calves in her life, so she's amazing what she's done. She might have been a matriarch even. Look, let's just leave it. There's vultures that we've disturbed, and once we leave, they'll come back and everything will continue. We won't have had any impact on what's going on. Come.
Okay.
We rendezvous with Chap at a lookout point alongside yet another waterhole.
What is happening is national parks on the ground are fighting a battle because the price of ivory's gone up a lot. So a horn can be worth many, many thousands and thousands of dollars. And when that happens, more and more people will come and risk their lives.
But this is more the poaching, right?
Yes, yeah.
From a social point of view as well, the big bulls exert, through their dominance and through their presence, exert quite a lot of discipline within a lot of elephant over a large area. And when you take them out of the equation, you get younger bulls coming, maturing faster, becoming dominant faster.
Yeah, coming into mass too soon.
Too soon.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Before their brains have actually matured to take on that role. And you end up with a lot more delinquency, both aggression, in form of aggression to other animals, other elephant,
and to
humans, and in certain places, it's been suspected that it leads to increased habitat destruction because these animals
You become tree pushers and stuff,
and just showing off their, throwing their weight around.
So they need the old guys to keep them in their place.
Absolutely.
So what we do is we come and we walk around all of these pans to see big footprints. And big footprints are from elephants. And these elephants are so big. You won't believe it when you see one down, when he's sleeping before we wake him. I mean, you'll have a perception of how big they are, but when you see it compared to us on the ground, they are phenomenally big beasts.
But there don't seem to be too many tracks or anything
No,
here, so...
no, it's not working for us. We're going to go to another place.
Okay.
With time running out, we split up again to cover different areas of the park.
Here comes a nice big tusker.
Yeah. There he is. Look how tall he is. He's an old elephant. Look at this.
Wow.
But short, curly ivory. Now watch how he'll dominate. Look at the dents in his head. He's an old animal. And maybe it's because of his small ivory that he's survived to old age. Look, he knows what to do. He has to come around that side, where the water's coming out and face the water. Life's going to get a lot easier for him. Watch him move this young elephant out gently. So big bulls tolerate babies. Look at that. Little baby can drink with the big bull, whereas a sub-adult male can't.
So in terms of the big tuskers,
Yes.
if this water wasn't pumped in here, is there more of a risk for them to then actually migrate out into the areas where they're not protected?
For sure. Or less protected. I mean, elephants still get killed in these parks by poachers. And they move, they move big distances, and that's one of the things we wanted to find out is where they're going. And why they're losing their lives,
For some reason, I just assumed that trading in ivory was illegal. I thought CITES or one of those worldwide
It's controlled.
authorities.
So, certain things like a rhino horn you just cannot trade in.
Yes.
But certain countries like this, which have a lot of elephants, and there's obviously elephants that die, and they allow the trade.
So they're given a quota or something.
Well, for hunting there's a quota, but for ivory it's obviously collected ivory. But unfortunately there is a huge trade in illegal ivory. He's going to shake his head. You see how you can read it before it happens? Look at this guy going crazy, scratching his belly. And he's just using the terrain. There's a ridge there,
Well, it must be quite awkward not being able to have your hands free to scratch.
Yeah, especially in places his trunk can't reach.
Yes.
Let's just go. Hey. You enough? Sorry, enough? It's enough, my love. Sorry, we just came to see you guys. It's enough, my love. Steady on, go back to the water. We just came to see you, darling. Anyway, Kate, what I was saying is, where's Kate gone? Where'd you? I thought you were still here with me.
I thought you told me to go.
I didn't. She's just stressing about other elephants and then is backing off towards us. And she's not dominant, the other animal's chasing her away.
Okay, so that's all good.
Just come. Well. Loyal, eh? Trusting. I was doing my elephant talk and you ran away. Self-preservation, right?
Should have pushed you in the way.
Eh? Can't believe you did.
All of these interactions are stunning to watch, but another day goes by with no luck. Craig and I split off from Chap to cover more ground. Suddenly, we hear fantastic news over the radio. At last, Chap has located a suitable Great Tusker resting up under a shady tree. Hearts pounding, we race off to join Chap and prepare for action. But there's a complication. This huge bull is resting with a companion. Elephant bulls often associate with what appear to be friends, so to collar our big boy will take careful planning. His friend is likely to be protective.
We're going to have to get quite a long approach like this. Okay.
Chap and Craig have gone in on foot. It's much safer for us, the crew, to stay by the car just while they do the darting because we really don't want to interfere with the animal.
The elephant's kind of in a fairly open area in the shade of a tree, and that gives us no cover. So yes, we can easily sneak up and get a dart in, but if he turns on us, there's no safe place for us to go. The last thing we want to have to do is shoot. Exactly, it'll be completely opposite what we want to do. Just think we've got a good wind coming on. Yeah, you just stay. Yeah. We can afford to spend the time. And he is wait for him to move into a favorable position. How big is his tusk? His left tusk. He's got great genetics, big, thick ivory. Look, the further away we are, the better. Come. A big bull like this doesn't do anything in a hurry. He might spend an hour there. So we're just going to sit down and wait.
So we've been sitting here probably for about half an hour. And we're just going to wait until they give us the radio signal to say that it's okay to approach the animal.
The wind direction finally changes, and Chap and Craig decide it is safe to go closer.
It's what we call an elephant stool. Too much time in the sun will do this to you. You find yourself funny.
It's cool to see this eventuate, and I really do have peace of mind that we have some of the best guys on the ground doing this. And they both have such respect for the animals. And so it's nice that they're going about this in a very gentle, quiet, methodical way.
The wind's a little bit on our backs now. So it's going to be very, very quiet. And stay down.
The time and bush cover is right, and the guys move in. It's a tense moment for everyone. The positioning of the dart is perfect. The guys find suitable cover to wait out the time.
This is completely what we've been waiting for. The guys actually pursued the big bull. They've clearly darted him, and he turned around and flapped his ears at them, so he's very much aware that they're there. But he hasn't taken off yet. So the guys have radioed us, and we've got to get all ready. We've got the collar, we've got the water, we've got to take the truck over.
The dart went in at 17 minutes past, so we've been in for about 4 minutes now, just under. Yeah, you started about a minute after, so about 4 minutes. So the next 2 or 3 minutes, we're probably going to see the first signs of whether it was successful. Okay, Troy's starting to stay, so just stand by, he's about to go down.
Our Great Tusker goes down in a perfectly shaded area, which will make this task a lot less stressful for him, as he is less likely to overheat.
This is actually as good as it gets.
The team burst into action. Our big boy is about a 35-year-old animal, giving him at least 15 years of sexual activity, and each tusk the chance to grow another 3 feet in length. This tusker will ultimately be massive.
I mean, this is such a precious creature. This is amazing.
Yeah, beautiful animal. And you know the nice thing is, when people hunt this is it. It's over. We're going to wake him up.
I don't need one of those.
His skin is so lovely and spongy, and it's all covered in hair.
Come on, give it your best gun.
Not a chance. And even his tail. From a distance, these look like such fine, soft hairs, but they're bristly. You can see that this is where the darts have gone in, and we've been given very strict instructions from Chap not to go anywhere near it because it really is very, very lethal. He's fallen in an optimal position. There's no big sticks or stumps under him. Fallen on his side. He's breathing normally.
And check the colour of the blood. The colour of the blood's actually quite nice. That's well oxygenated.
Yes.
So I don't have to worry too much. So we've got the supplementary oxygen here, just in case that changes. But I'll just periodically just poke in there and just have a quick look. Remember I said that these ears were just a great big radiator.
Yeah, look at these
All
veins.
these superficial veins. A lot of blood flow comes through here, especially when they're hot. Feel the different vessels. You'll feel, for instance, this one is quite flaccid.
Yes.
And you don't feel a pulse while you're touching it. This one here is actually an artery. You can feel how elastic it is.
Much more firm.
Can you feel the pulse coming through?
Yeah, I can.
It's about 40 beats a minute at the moment.
And that rumbling, that's fine?
Yeah, no, it's just good.
It's fine.
It's a bit of moisture inside that's like snoring.
I feel like I'm in some weird dream and well, his bowels are obviously working. Having an alley fart.
You can pop that one in. You can see where the blood's leaking from the dart wound, so put it in about there. I'll draw back a bit.
It's hard. So draw back a little bit.
Draw back a bit.
Yep. And then in. Oh yeah, that skin is thick. There you go, buddy.
It's thick, but it's soft.
Okay,
He's
just a quick
beautiful.
one. We decided to call this elephant, obviously, after the national park. So for the purpose of ever wanting to find him on the website, we'll set up where you can follow him on Google Earth. We'll just name him as the Wankie Tusker, all right?
Okay, guys, can you start the car and just reverse? The first thing we'll see is that he'll take a bit of a deeper breath. And then we'll start seeing him lift his ear.
There we go.
I'll check, sir.
There we go, he's moving.
Is that ear ready to tap? Here we go. There he goes. Look, guys, the miracle. Hey? One more time. There he goes. Look at this. He's a big, strong animal. There we go, my boy. Come on. Toss up my finger.
He's up. Good boy. Whoa, he says.
Hey, still not shaking, see?
What is that all about?
He doesn't even know he's got the collar. He doesn't react to the collar at all, just about getting away from us.
Yes.
Well done, Chef. Not even a big one.
Fantastic work, Chap.
Well done, Troy.
We will be friends with this elephant forever. This is great. Oh, shut up.
What he's doing now is more about smelling the ground, trying to get away from us.
He's smelling his feet where you've touched. You see, he even knows where you've touched him.
Must admit, I've never seen them reverse quite as much as that before.
Goodbye, friend.
Wankie Tusker is well on his way, and we bid him farewell.
He's already over this ridge.
Yeah, it's picking it up.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Fantastic. On a straight line, straight over the ridge.
So he'll come back and drink tonight.
In the next episode, our intrepid team continues our mission on the shores of Lake Kariba in the Matusadona National Park of Zimbabwe. Find out about these particular elephants and how one population of tuskers is so different to the next. Craig and Chap explain the fascinating makeup of elephant bones. Our team explore on foot, boat and vehicle in search of our next bull to collar. And to everyone's amazement, an extraordinary tusker of days gone by makes his appearance. Could this bull hold the key to the future of Matusadona National Park? But once again, there's a serious complication.